Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. And the channel is Grandmother Winds of the Earth. If you're new, welcome. Please stay and subscribe and join our little community, which is a very lovely one. And we all chat and talk, and it's going to be an interesting autumn and winter. So this is the weekly tarot card for Monday the 13th of August 2021 with the Rorig deck. And welcome to all the Goldie Oldies too. You know, that's a given, you know. Right. We have, God, I'm gonna go. Right, those of you that know what's going on with the channel know that I had a video that had a sort of a watch out for it by YouTube, and it was a particular card that has, it's just a drawing but with a few wee naughty bits on it. So as I was doing the weekly tarot card there, I said to my guide, oh, what do you think if the Rorig Eight of Swords comes out? That would be funny. I don't know what I would do. So I shuffled it, and lo and behold, the Eight of Swords come out. So I'm actually putting it back in, and for once in my life I'm going to reshuffle and draw out the next card, because I really just think White Storm plays the best jokes. He really does. You can say, oh, wouldn't it be fun, or that would never happen, and then he'll do it. So that was him having a bit of fun. Now if it does come out again, I will read it, but I've been assured with the wee twinkle in his eye that that was just him having a wee bit of a joke. Okay. The real weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday the 13th of August is, thank goodness for that, it's the Two of Cups. Beautiful card. Let me just double check that there's no bits on it that need to be off. No, that looks pretty tame. It's a man and a woman. The interesting bit about this card, the Two of Cups in Rorig, though, is if you look at the woman's back, there's actually 3 hands on it. And I always thought that was an interesting one. Sorry, the man's back. Or the woman. So it's interesting that we have a card that kind of merges male and female. It's certainly got the traditional Two of Cups meaning, which is love and coming together with understanding and love and enjoyment. We've not had this card out for so long, so it's lovely to have out. But I would mention that Rorig does bring out a slightly a side to watch out for, and it's to do with the 3 hands on one person's back, which indicates that maybe that's got more than one person hugging the person, because the Two of Cups, when it comes out in a negative situation, can mean affairs and deception and deceit. Rorig's very good with his cards, and he puts everything in that allows you to draw on your intuition to decide whether it's positive or negative, and the cards round about it. So if I were reading for a client and that came out, I would be interested in the cards that were round about it and maybe any questions that they would have. But let's look at it globally, and then let's look at it individually, sort of personified to the person. So Two of Cups, it's the sense of coming together with love, compassion, gentleness, lovingness, and in a global scale, that is such a good card to have out. I mean, it really is the essence of people coming together and saying, you know, let's put down some of our sort of fights, let's move on from whatever has been out there, and let's come together to work on something with love and with a sense of wanting endurance of love, because there is an element of the Two of Cups which tends to lead into something long term and beautiful. So globally, this is an exceptionally good card, and it'll be interesting to see if maybe we see acts of kindness between maybe different countries. One country maybe sending vaccines to another, or the laying down of arms, the sense of we're done. Just a lovely card, quite general, but if you look at the sense of that loving hug, I would actually like to put this, maybe, I don't know when the environmental conference is in Glasgow, I think it's in a few weeks, but this would be ideal for it. This would be many hands coming to love Mother Earth. That would be a lovely one. I'll maybe check the date of that, and if it's relevant I'll put it in the description box. So yeah, just a gentle, good, loving, committed card. Globally, you can't go wrong with it. Now, it'll affect some areas more than others. It might not affect some areas. It's all very much, the whole world can't be under the influence of this card. It can, but at other points it will be a case of that some countries aren't influenced by it so much, but other countries are. Just like when it comes to reading for how this card works for a person. Remember that it's like a spectrum. Some people will be hit very hard by the influences of the cards, some medium, and some may not feel them at all. You can't just have one card to represent the whole thing for the whole global community and individuals. So think of it a wee bit as the main influence, and yes, that will affect some people massively, but others not so much. And that's the way that you'll always do well with the weekly tarot card, taking it as an influence and trying to work with it, or overcome it if it's a negative card. For personal influences, career, this can actually start quite a lot of relationships in the workplace, which can sometimes not be a good idea, but it's sometimes how people meet their partners. So who's to say it's right or wrong? But if there's a lot of flirtation going on in the workplace in the week ahead, just be aware of it and aware that you're not participating if you're not free to do so as such. Always a good wee warning. This card can also come out when companies merge, and I know that's an unusual one to maybe bring out for the Two of Cups, but I specialised in business readings, and whenever maybe two companies were merging or coming together and this card was out for them, it normally was a very successful marriage as such of the businesses. So don't be afraid of if you're working for an organisation or a company and it merges with another one in the week ahead. Health-wise, it's about really loving yourself so that you can love others. Now, there's all these things, oh, you can't love somebody if you can't love yourself. I know a lot of people who don't have great regard for themselves, but actually really are fantastic at loving others. So that little phrase, I'm not so, we do use that a lot, but I don't think it's entirely true for the whole population. But if you can love yourself and understand yourself more, then certainly this will help you mentally and emotionally in the week ahead. It's a self-care card. It's a card where we would say, right, well, maybe if I'm on my own, I'm going to nurture myself. If I'm within a partnership, I'm going to nurture myself so that I can be the best presentation of myself to my partner. and that's the way it works. So it's about self-care, and you don't need to have a partner to have this card out in your health zone. It really is about the understanding of self-care, pampering, looking after yourself. So in a health zone, this becomes a very lovely card, an excuse to pamper yourself and have maybe self-healing time as well. If we do look at relationships, well, you can see it's a lovely card. If you're looking for a partner, this would be a good week to present your best self, and go out and enjoy it if you can go out. It's just a card that can start important long relationships rather than flirtations or flings. So I look forward to that. If you're in a relationship, it certainly can bring a more loving feel, that sense of we're together, and we're together not because we're forced to be or because we're financially, together. We're here because we genuinely love one another and have that feeling of partnership. Lovely card if you're in a relationship. If you're in a dodgy relationship and it's not been going well for a while and you are a wee bit suspicious, the three hands on this, maybe have a wee think about. Okay, and that's all I'll say on that, because it's normally a good card, but it's not necessarily a good card if you're in a relationship that maybe should have been over a wee while ago. If we look at financial, it's not really a financial card, but it can mean looking after your finances for planning a kind of marriage or a wedding or something that would benefit a partnership. It can be really, really good. Sometimes when we want to save or we want to put money by, particularly if we've not got a lot, there needs to be something, there needs to be a piggy bank kind of labelled like holiday or wedding or whatever. And this card allows you to put money by for an event that would be to do with your relationship or you as a couple. So that would be nice. Spiritually, it is a beautiful card spiritually, because it encourages you to go into your practices in the week ahead, with love and with compassion and gentleness for yourself. It also can bring a partnership that starts to evolve more on a spiritual level. We've not talked about that much, but in the spiritual zone, this card can actually mean couples who are learning to not just be emotional and physical couples, but work spiritually together as well. And that's a lovely thing. When you're with a partner that you can actually, that understands if you want to go into meditation, if you say things like, I feel like I want to channel, or I'm going to do a mini vision quest or whatever. And if you've got a partner that understands that and you don't have to explain it to them, that is heaven, absolute heaven. And also there's the side of sexual spirituality coming into it, where it can bring a fantastic spiritual connection through lovemaking. Beautiful card spiritually, absolutely happy to see it out, because we've not had that card out for quite a long while, so I'm very happy with it. So enjoy the week ahead, let the love flow as such. If you like the way I read the tarot, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You can also support my channel via buying a wee coffee. The link's in the description box below. Coffees are very, very, very helpful when I'm doing the videos, because they do take up an awful lot of time that could be used elsewhere, but I do love doing them, so that sort of balances out. But yeah, if you want to support me, you can support my books or buy a wee coffee, or just say a wee prayer of hope she's okay or whatever. or nothing, that's okay as well. Anyway, I love you and leave you. Many blessings now. Bye.